9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Are you ready?
All right. Welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron universe. Welcome to 2026. I'm so excited to be here with you. This is the first Iron Sharpening Iron show that we'll be having for this year. I know we had one in the beginning of the year, but that was more of a reunion for all the Hall of Famers that we have. But this is the first guest we're going to have in 2026. Am I excited to be here with you? I am your man, Big Jack Storytime. And for those who don't know where they're looking at, because this is not something that they've seen before, just know that we did change the brand on January 1st. So what used to be the Big Jack Storytime channel is now the Iron Sharpening Iron Universe channel. And I'm excited about this year and all the things that's going to happen. So thank you for being here with us. I got a wonderful guest scheduled for us today, and we're building a lineup for this year and not even including all the different shows and all the stuff that's going on with the Ask a Bee show that's 5 days a week, the Jukebox Journey, which is the on the weekends. Then we got the Coach's Corner, the Voices of Resilience, the Iron Sharpening Iron show, not including the Gentleman's Journal, the Ladies' Diary, the Battle of the Sexes, and the newest show that's getting ready to come out, which is the Grow and Glow Academy. For all of you out there who desire to be content creators, want to get started, and even host a show yourself, we're going to walk you step by step through that. So with all that being said, knowing we got all these things coming your way, I'm going to say, hey, give me a second, get my man up on the stage so we can kick this show off today. So give me 1 second, see if I can pull him up on the stage. Thank you. All right, what's up, bro? How you doing?
My man, what's happening, Big Jack? How you doing, sir?
Man, I am excited. I mean, really, super excited, bro. I mean, really, it's 2026. You know,
we
it's
are
the first show of the season, and we're up and running, and got a wonderful guest scheduled for today.
Yes. I think we'll definitely be much sharper when we an hour or so from now. 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, you already know that. That's our goal is to prove we are stronger together, and that if each one would reach one, we can all grow and glow, and that's what it's all about. So I'm excited, and I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad that we was able to renew your contract for 2026.
Yeah, man. I had my agent negotiate my contract. As most of you guys know, I do have an agent, and he negotiated double my salary. So double times nothing is here we are. So
yeah,
here we are. You know, so I just show up early for the free water and the and potato chips. You know,
that's it.
My man.
Free water and potato chips.
Glad to be here, bro. Hey, look, man, I wouldn't miss it. You know, glad to be on this ride with you and the team and with B and Mama Lions. I'm learning a lot. I have a great time, man, and you know, I've just continue to grow, which is what life is all about, man. So if you're not growing, you know, you're dying. So I guess however they say it, but I just always like to learn new things and move forward.
Well, that's good. Well,
I appreciate you. You get great guest, man. Great guest on here. So
I really believe we're going to learn some things today. Right now, I'm looking in the chat. It looked like we got like 13 million people watching. So everybody,
yeah, I'm checking that out.
Everybody's worth a million to me.
Everybody's worth a million, 100%.
So 13 million out there, and I thank you all for being here, hanging out with us. So because we do have a wonderful guest, so we're going to bring her up on the stage. And if you give me a second to get her loaded up, and we're going to kick this show off. You ready?
Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Oh, let me adjust the screen real quick, get everybody in the right spot.
There you go. All right, there we go.
There we go.
Right. Now we have action.
Musical video.
You like the video? All right.
Musical video. I love the intro. I love the
all
show,
right.
guys. I love what you're doing here.
Thank
And
you.
man, you're authentic and you're fun. And even the slip of the get them up here on the stage. Oh, her up here. It's funny that because the work that I do is acknowledging that we're not just one piece of material here, that there's many aspects and parts that make us up. So I was like, see, he even knows. You just intuitively know. Call them up here because there's a bunch of parts inside of me that, yeah, that's the kind of work we do. And I love to make it fun, especially in the line of work that I'm in.
Right.
The more fun that we can make it, the better.
There you go.
Well, I'm just going to say right now, welcome to the Iron Sharpening Iron Show. I'm your man, Big Jack, and that's my man, Walt Talks over there. And for right now, we just want to, again, thank you for coming out. You are our first guest for 2026. So what does that mean? It just means you're the first guest for 2026. No, it is exciting because we did a lot of changing getting ready for 2026. And part of that was we was going to bring out, we had really good guests. We had 79 guests in 25. We had 79 different guests come across this stage. And now trying to build a whole new lineup of new guests for 2026. And you want real people with real talk and real situation. We're not up here trying to get what we call clickbait, and that's we have fun. But when people walk away from the show, we want them to have something that they can hold on to that's going to make them a better person, and that's what we're striving for. So I'm glad that we were able to get you up here and that you agreed to be a guest on the show. Yes. So with all of that, Christine, we're going to ask you to give us a brief introduction of yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. It's such an honor to be here. And I really appreciate you helping me with my mission. My mission is to get this message to the masses. And what I do is help people who are stuck in self-sabotage and stuck in repeating toxic patterns over and over in their life. And they know better. They know not to do that. And they just do it anyway. And they don't know why. And they think that there's something wrong with them. And there's not. They're a human with a human electrical system and a human software package. And I teach them how to get in there and upgrade. So that's what we do.
All right. So I'm seeing real quick. I'm sorry. And thank you. Somewhere in the chat, it was like they couldn't hear us. So I want to make sure that, can you hear us? Can you hear me, Walt? No problem.
I can hear everyone fine.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I can hear you.
All right. So I'm going to ask anyone in the chat right now if they can hear us, just to make sure that we get this out before we go any further. So Boss B said we can hear. So, okay. All right. So everybody can hear. I don't know where they came from. Nice. I just want to make sure, because I actually did have one of my shows where I was talking, but nobody was here.
He was saying some good stuff too, Christine. Oh yeah. He was on.
You of, what was that movie? Shoot, I can't. Forrest Gump. Yeah, where he did all that talking and nobody heard what he had to say. So,
oh yeah, in DC too.
Right. Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. So we don't make sure we didn't cross that again. So thank you for those who put it out there. And if you wasn't able to hear us, hopefully you can hear us now. But so I'm curious about the self-sabotage. So what do you mean when you're saying someone's self-sabotaging? Can you explain a little bit more on that for us?
Yeah, and you know what? This is a great time of year to be talking about this too, because everybody makes these New Year's resolutions and they're like, new year, new me, and I'm gonna do it. And we know what to do, and we read the books and we go to the therapy, and we know in our head, in the prefrontal cortex, this is logical reasoning brain here, we know what to do. We know what we want. But then whop, like as soon as we start going that way, something happens that takes us out, yanks the rug out from underneath us. The same things keep showing up that are in our attitude, creating something like somebody who wants to start a new business, say for the new year, and they have the goal written down on the paper, but then as soon as somebody comes up with an opportunity, they're like, no, I'm not going to do that. I can't do that. And they shut it down. But like 3 months later, when they think about it, they're like, why did I do that? I don't understand why I did that. Because that was a perfectly great opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So long story short, we have an electrical system in our body and a software package in our subconscious mind that, get this though, was programmed before the age of 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were lucky enough that you grew up in a very secure, safe environment for the first 7 years, and you had that foundation of safety in your life, you're pretty good to go. But if you're like me and you grew up in a very unsafe, very severe domestic violence, sexual abuse, poverty, religious trauma, the first 7 years, the whole world is unsafe to you. So your electrical system and your software package in your subconscious mind, the whole time you're walking through life, it's actually going, danger, danger, where's danger, where's danger, where's danger, where's danger. So your logical reasoning mind can't even be online. Because as soon as we feel unsafe in our environment, it takes the logical reasoning brain offline, whoop, and the software takes over. And there's a lot of different areas where this is my experience, okay? But look at even racial discrimination, oppression, anywhere, any place where the environment is unsafe, there's electrical wiring going, this is what's safe. We know, like I knew how to deal with chaos. So even when it would be peaceful in my adult life, I would be subconsciously in my software creating chaos, creating drama, because I knew how to handle that. Peace and quiet. Well, I couldn't handle it.
Now, and then listening to what you're saying, do you think that some of that is taught? Like, I mean, we teach our kids at that age, stranger danger and things like that. We tell them what's good, what's bad. And even if they might not have that experience, we're showing them that experience. We're telling them that don't trust this and don't do that, don't go over there. Even when you mentioned race for a second, because kids don't see it as a color. They don't see that person's black or white. That's little Johnny, that's little Sue, that's my friend. Parents is the one that's saying don't play with Johnny, don't play with Sue, and this and that, and create that. So is that something that we create? That's why I'm more asking you as the expert.
Absolutely. It can be created, it can be taught. And the big thing, like the big secret and the secret key is safety. Where is their danger and where is their safety? Because when our body, our electrical system, or our subconscious sees something that even just looks like what was dangerous before or what caused emotional pain or relationship pain, it will think that it's happening again in real time, even though it's been 30 years later. There's no timekeeping in the subconscious mind. So we have little parts in there that are 3 years old, 2 years old, 8 years old, that are holding a very painful experience, rerunning it over and over and over, thinking that it's actually happening in real time.
Wow.
But it's just there. So it's like you said, no concept of time. So it's there. Is it there or it isn't there? Is that correct? Yeah.
It's stuck. Yeah, it's stuck. It's stuck. And we're taught, again, the teaching, we're programmed, especially our generation and older generation, to shove it down, suppress it, walk it off, don't cry. Just get busy doing something so that it shoves down, or take a drink, or take a drug, or go work out, or go shopping, or get a bunch of plastic surgery, or like do anything to distract ourselves from slowing down and turning our attention inward.
Self-awareness.
Wow. Okay.
To the nth degree, though.
Yeah.
Major self-awareness.
Yes.
Like in hindsight, like I tell people, hindsight is gold. If we were pinged in a conversation Do what you have to do to get through that conversation, but then in hindsight, come back around, slow down, turn that attention inward and say, what was the issue? Why was he so upset? And we're not taught to do that. So yes, we vomit out, we projectile vomit out our crap onto other people. Because if we don't go in, it will come out.
Absolutely.
So now that's what I was about to ask you, because you're saying before I'm 7 years old, I created this issue within myself. How long will it take to get out of it? I mean, is that now by 14, by 21, I can be out of it, or is that something at 50 I still got to worry about dealing with?
At 50, you still got to deal with it. The thing that rewires our nervous system. I've seen people grow up like me and marry somebody like a fantastic man somehow, somehow it just miraculously happened and it healed. The new experience of safety over and over and over and over healed the nervous system. But if there's no new experience in our environment to heal the nervous system pattern, to heal our comfort zone, it will stay there. And the problem is we don't trust the world to allow ourselves to step out of our comfort zone into that new experience that will heal our nervous system.
Well, the big thing I'm thinking here, hurt is hurt, pain is pain. So if I've been through pain, I'm not going to put myself in a situation to be in more pain. So I won't trust to step out and you can get over this, you can recover, but it's like this is like you said, my comfort zone, and it's because I know what this feels like. I don't want to know what that feels like. So that's a fear that we put on
uncertainty.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So go ahead, Walt.
So with that uncertainty, okay, and not wanting to relive the fear, see, maybe I'm just a twisted soul, because for me, when something makes me feel weird, if I don't like something disturbs me, something bothers me, I need to find out why. If I don't like, if I don't like someone and don't even know that person, I need to find out why, because to me, I'm like, what is it about this person that mirrors me, that puts a mirror up to me, that is showing me something I don't like about myself? I'm just always been that way. So I come off as kind of weird.
Been that way.
So yeah, I've been that way since I was a kid. I mean, to the point it had to make sense. I need context. It has to make sense. And I mean, to the point, I didn't get like severely punished or anything, but I've been punished for talking back and asking questions a few times, or even through school, even in my adult life, being supervised. And I'm okay with, once I get an understanding of it and see your motives behind it. And I always say, if you're not going to be honest, at least be honest about your intention. So once I know your intent, I'm okay with it. And then sometimes it may be like, we just don't like each other, but I still need to know that, because it's like this person that I don't know or don't spend any time with, or who's not supporting me. Why do I feel this way about this person? Maybe I just feel like they're a bad person, but do I feel like this is a part of me that I don't like, that this person is showing me? So when you say self-awareness to the nth degree, I'd like to get that out the way, because by the time I get to the point I don't like you, I have really given you a shot to show me differently. Now, when you talk safety, what gets me about safety is define safety, because it means different things to different people. Can you please define safety, safe for our audience?
Well, it's amazing that you have that trait, and you've had that trait since you were a child, that everybody is your mirror, because that's a big deal. That's a really big deal, because that's where we're getting to. And the practice that I teach people, that's where I teach them, like, to get to that point, that everybody's a mirror and it comes back to you. I don't believe that there's people on the planet that there's not something in them. Like, there has to be a reason that I don't like them, or they
Right.
have really bad intentions. But if they're
Right.
standing in their core essence, okay, like divine connection is flowing through them, I can't imagine there would be a reason that we would not like each other.
Well, exactly. But sometimes that person could just be an axe murderer. And I may not like axe murderers. They may be standing in their divine intervention to be an axe murderer. And maybe I just don't like axe murderers. But my point is, more times than not, there may be a quality that they exhibit when I really put myself through the test. There sometimes is a quality that they exhibit that I actively try to work on in myself. And the fact that they're not is basically a deal breaker for me, because I'm like, I'm not going to tolerate this from myself. I'm certainly not going to tolerate it from you. So,
Right.
you know, that's how it is. And hey, look, I've lost some associates along the way, I've lost some friends along the way, but at least I know who I am, and I'm working on it every day. But at least I'm honest with you about who I am and what our expectations are. So once I manage my expectations of a person, I'm good, because I'm not expecting miracles from you anymore. I'm okay with that.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm going to be clear about what I can do on my end. So yeah, so we might have to get a bill on this one, Jack, because she's giving me some jewels here.
He's sitting in therapy right now.
I'm sitting in therapy, man.
And it's about alignment. So I teach people use everybody as mirrors to get to know those parts of themselves inside themselves, which it sounds like you do, Walt.
Yes.
But the safety issue, like you were asking, like, what is safety? Safety. Do you hear my cat?
Yes. That's great. That's great.
You know what? It's you, Walt. When you came on the screen is when she came over. She's my little crippled cat, like her back legs are mechanical because she had a back injury. And she can sense people's like energy, like their presence. So yeah, she digs you, Walt, for some reason.
Maybe it's just because I never had an inside voice. But I'm glad she digs, because I dig cats and dogs, so that's cool. I just don't like snakes and rats.
Right now, Walt's the cat whisperer now. So.
I'm the cat whisperer, yeah.
Oh man. So because when I say safety, like a lot of people kind of misconstrue safety and accountability. They kind of conflate those two. Like if you're asking someone to be accountable, or if you're asking someone to be responsible, they kind of look at it, oh, you're toxic and you know, and yada yada yada. When instead of just dealing with the fact that no, we're just talking about this specific thing, and because someone is asking you to be accountable, doesn't mean that you're not safe. You know, yeah, you may not be comfortable, but you can still be safe.
So it's outside of their comfort zone.
Right.
So it's not that you're not safe if you're asking for their accountability. It's that it's outside of their comfort zone that somebody calls them on that accountability.
Yeah.
So their nervous system starts rattling. Okay. It starts going offline. Then their subconscious goes into survival mode. We got to get out of this. Blame him. Like I tell people, there's no healing here. When the finger's pointed this way, no healing, no growth. Like Walt, you were saying at the beginning of the show, you just all about like learning and growth.
I just want to figure it out. I just want to figure it out, because our days are limited, and I'm probably older than everybody on the set. And it's just like, you know, sometimes you look at yourself and you say, man, it's, you know, like people say, hey man, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm like, hey man, in spite of myself, I'm still here. And then sometimes if you're really being honest with yourself, you sit back and say, man, how in the world did I make it this far being this stupid? You know? So it's just like, okay, but if your intentions are decent, you know, a lot of times things, for me anyway, they don't always work out. But at least if I've done the right thing for the right reason at the right time, I can live with that. My conscience bothers me when I know I went into this thing not being sincere, or not being honest with my intentions, and then that's when I have to deal with that. But I'm good with, you know, hey, this is what it is, you know. And I mean, everybody's not for everyone at all.
But you have to follow through. You know? So picture this, Walt. Like I have the sincere intention that I want to be kind to people. Like in my prefrontal cortex, in my logical reasoning brain, I want to be kind to people. But as soon as somebody would do something or say something or come at me, especially a man. Like my triggers had to do with romantic relationships and men from my father. So as soon as they would be a certain way or exert any kind of like authority or leadership, it could have been intentional leadership for my well-being, I would wipe them out, like whop. So it would be like a complete shift. It was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? And this part of me in IFS, we call it the firefighter part. So it's reactionary.
I'm a firefighter.
It would come out and attack. So the rage that I had was so severe that that's what the psychologist was telling me couldn't be cured. So I tried to get help for all this stuff and I couldn't find help anywhere. And that's how I ended up on this journey, was because I helped myself. I healed my triggers and my toxic relationship patterns and my self-sabotage. And then I got trained in everything that worked for me. And now that's what I use to help other people. But it was like, I used to be the sweetest little girl, so sweet, like a welcome mat. I would do anything for anybody. And it brought me a lot of pain. So there was this reactionary part that would come out in certain circumstances that looked dangerous to my subconscious or to my electrical system, my nervous system. And the rage part would come out, or I would shut down, or I would disassociate, or I would people please. You know, there's manager parts too that are proactive and try to control our environment so we don't get triggered.
So if that's the case, just to your point about who you were, how do we as your spouse, your mate, your kid, your friend, your employer, employee, how do we just walk on eggs and try not to make you upset?
Absolutely not.
Just leave you alone?
That is a disservice.
Or what do we do?
I was just having this conversation the other day because people start yelling, oh, trauma, toxic, you're triggering me. I want to trigger you. I want to, because it's a disservice to not trigger you, because then I'm not your mirror for you to be like, wait a minute, let me go inside. If people wouldn't have kept triggering me, I would have just been like walking along thinking I was like, in La La Land, this works. I was mean. I was like so sarcastic to people and would rip through like the Bible says something about like the tongue being like a
two-edged sword. Yeah.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
So now here's the thing though, Christina, because you threw it out there and I got to ask, there are some people who knows those buttons. They know the triggers. They know, and they can be weaponized in a way. We've said that before. We've had that on the show where we've had people, you want to see myself, but you don't want to see that person. That person is hard to keep bottled up. That person is hard to keep calm right now. So you want to, I know what it is, and you're poking the bear, waiting to see if it's going to growl. But I knew you was like that anyway. No, I wasn't. I was doing really good not being there, and you kept pushing it till you got to that point. I'm gonna go back to a show I used to watch when I was younger, and we probably seen that, was The Incredible Hulk.
Don't
make me angry. Don't make me angry, because you wouldn't like me.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
So why would you? I mean, I understand. Like, I wonder, and I quote what you were saying as far as the triggers would help me. It would help me, but if you know that that's a trigger, especially the loved ones, because a stranger can't bother me. It's nothing you could do to me,
right?
Because I don't give you that place to do it to me. But the family member, that close one, the wife, the parents, the children, they know, and for them to know that button is like, oh, watch what he do when I do this, and all of a sudden I blow my top, and they're like, well, see, I knew it was going to happen. So I'm coming to you as an expert. Help the big guy out.
As an expert, we control one thing in this life: how we respond. That's it. I cannot control another person.
Mm.
If I'm dating some guy and he knows that there's a piece of me that isn't healed yet, and he intentionally keeps trying to push that to see how healed I am, he is no longer in alignment, and I will move away from him.
Yes.
It's that simple. Thank you,
It's that
Christine.
simple.
It's not easy, but it's that.
It's not easy
simple.
because I'm
But
like a
it's
dog.
simple.
Like I will not let go. Like I will not, like a friend called me a glutton for punishment because I'm like, hang on. I gotta make it work. No, you don't.
But to his point and your point, and back to what I was saying also, it kind of wraps it all. It kind of includes all that, because if I'm sitting here talking to you and we are married, dating, depending on each, whatever the case is, and we're not having an honest discussion about who we are, eventually it's going to show. There's no way. I mean, at least if I know who you are, because here's the thing, you name me one person that you love, admire, or respect that you haven't disagreed with. Let's start with that. Because you don't know a person until you disagree with them, right? And that's what I'm saying. You don't know at 100%. But once you disagree with that person and you understand that you guys stand, you may be polar opposites, but polar opposites is what makes the light come on, a negative and a positive, right? So, and then not even all the time. Sometimes they're interchangeable. But if at least you know exactly where you stand. I mean, that relationship, that friendship has been tested. And I'm not saying it for the sake of being contrarian. I'm just saying, like for you to sit here or for me to sit here and act like that's not a thing. And then because it's all new, and then 6 months, a year later, and then all of a sudden it's a problem. If you're a person that feels that way, you're going to come up with, well, it wasn't a problem before. So now I'm changed and I'm the bad guy, when it's just, no, finally, I just can't deal with this anymore. If I had been honest with you up front, maybe we could have addressed it, but a lot of people don't. And that's what I see in today's time in the world of texting, emails, social media, and all of that. It's like we don't get those full-on discussions. And for me, a guy that doesn't go to the barbershop, because I shave my own head, those discussions are held in the barbershop. I was a firefighter. Those discussions are held in the firehouse. I mean, like an HR person will walk in the average firehouse and hear the conversations around the dinner table and run for their lives and just run, because we discussed everything. And I'm sure Jack's going to invite you, but let me also say, you are going to be perfect for the battle of the sexes. Am I right, Jack?
100%. You're right.
Because you are making sense. You are putting you are defining the things that people are going through that people don't always know what it means. I mean, and this has been very helpful to me. And Jack, I'm not trying to take over the show, man, but I feel like I'm sitting on a couch because it gets to a point where you just feel like, okay, what did I say to get that response? What am I missing here? Because I just asked a simple question. Why is that such a problem? And so a lot of times you realize that everyone's really not worthy of your time and energy.
And some people just need to be taught communication skills.
Mm-hmm.
My undergrad is in interpersonal communication skills because I was awful. I was not taught how to communicate. I'm still learning how to communicate. I'm literally learning over the last 2 years to have, like, listen to the person speaking and then respond to what they said before I just jump in and say, oh, well, I did that one time. And one time I did that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, like, I was 50 years old before I learned this skill.
So let me ask you this. This is great because we have this discussion all the time. There's a big joke in the house about Walt needs context for everything, right? So you and I are having a discussion. It's Sunday night, right? You're telling me tomorrow I'll meet you at noon. You'll meet me at noon tomorrow, right? Okay. Once you tell me, and the reason we're doing it tomorrow is because Tuesday is my best day, shouldn't I stop you and say, whoa, wait a minute. You were talking about tomorrow. Don't we need a point of reference? Don't I need to at least say, today is Sunday, tomorrow is Monday?
Right.
So, because if we keep going down this road, you will be
Right.
well into your story or well into your position, and
Mhm.
then it's not making any sense to me. So again, this is how my brain works. I just need clarification. So if we're
As
discussing
quickly as possible.
tomorrow as quickly as possible, if we're discussing tomorrow, let's stipulate the fact that today is Sunday. If we
Yeah.
can't stipulate that today is Sunday, I
Yeah.
can't go on any further. So am I a terrible, horrible person for that? Or is that the thing? Or how does that work? Or is that
Well,
just how my
you
brain
can
works?
learn to say Monday instead of tomorrow.
Right
So
off the bat.
that's a communication skill. Say Monday. I can meet you
Mhm.
Monday at noon instead
Right.
of saying tomorrow, because for you,
Right.
Monday is a solid context for the conversation rather
Okay.
than the word tomorrow. So
Okay.
you learn things about yourself through that too, and what works for you and what works for other
Right.
people. And it's not about, believe me, I grew up walking on eggshells. I refuse. I will not walk on eggshells. I will remove
understand.
myself from the presence of
Yeah.
the person, you know,
Yes.
and nobody should have to, because it's a disservice to do
Right.
that to somebody else. We are robbing them of opportunities to get to know themselves and to get to
Right.
know us.
Thank you.
Now,
And you can
now,
only do that through authentic communication.
Do
now
authentic
is it that
communication.
some people are afraid to maybe even challenge people? Because I've seen people, I mean, I'm just throwing this out there. I've seen people see people with things on their shirt or things on their face, and don't say nothing to them. They won't even tell them that they got something on their face. They just let them walk around. Like, I don't want to say nothing to them because I already know da. So it's like, but again, like you're saying, a disservice because you didn't say something. I'm
Like,
more
dude, you
bothered
got a
because
booger.
yeah.
You got a cliffhanger, man.
Hey, man. Hey,
Not you.
but I mean, think about it.
Not
How many
you.
times have you told a person, like walking out of the bathroom with toilet paper on his shoe, hey man, check
Uh-huh.
your thing. Or
Uh-huh.
even, this
Uh-huh.
is, I mean, you guys are younger than me, but in my generation, women wore slips, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And if a woman's slip is hanging,
Uh-huh.
you might say,
Uh-huh.
ma'am, check your slip or check your
Uh-huh.
whatever's going
Uh-huh.
on.
Uh-huh.
And to me, and this is just me again, I'm just weird like this. It bothers me more. I'd rather for them to curse me out and tell me to mind my business, but it will bother me more not to say something to someone. And I know that's just a thing that I have to deal with for the rest of my life. But I'm like, okay, because my position is, because if we're being honest, we are all narcissistic to the point and self-centered to the point that if I help an old lady across the street with her groceries, part of that is because that makes me feel good as well. And
Yeah,
I like that
absolutely.
feeling of helping people. That's just who I
Absolutely.
am. So as long as I've done what I'm supposed to do, I'm fine. But when I don't do something and then it comes back and doesn't work well, I knew I should have said something. I don't do that very well. I mean, my brain is just not wired for that. And I know I'm a pain in the neck to a lot of friends, especially this guy over here, because he's been bullying me since we were kids. But but
But
you know,
that
for
brings
you,
up a good point, though,
Mhm.
Walt, is because there's another side to that coin.
Okay.
Is you being, and I'm going to talk about fawning in a second here, but
Okay.
it's you being concerned enough to say something. Like, say you tell me my slip is showing.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we need to teach people this communication skill to say, oh, thank you so much for telling me that. You helped me out.
Right.
Because it then closes the loop to that experience for both of us.
Mm.
So our nervous systems feel safe.
There it is. There's that word again.
Yes. So it's that confirmation. It's that validation. What you did helped me out. What you did changed the world. What you did right there changed that reality in that moment.
Okay.
That's how important it is. And we're all running so fast that we're not pausing enough to be like, dude, you just changed my life in that moment.
Me out. Yeah. I mean, it's like, hey, thank you.
Yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I mean, I was a firefighter. I just like to help people. You help people that you don't know. You show up and do things. But I'm just like, when people tell me, man, won't you just mind your business before somebody kills you? I'm like, bro, you didn't see? I'm the only person that saw this elephant over here in the corner taking the crap, if excuse my expression.
Yeah.
Nobody else saw that. So now we're going to all sit here and see something, and we're going to all act like we didn't see it. And then when you come out of the meeting or you come out of the space, everybody's like, yeah, I saw that. Wasn't that funny? No, it wasn't funny because it wouldn't be funny if it happened to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
So there's a nervous system response. So we have fear. It's all it's from fear. So we have fight. Right. So when our nervous system is activated, it's triggered. Something looks dangerous. That doesn't mean it is dangerous. Right. It looks dangerous to the programming that's in the electrical system. In response to that danger, there's fight, flight, like get the heck out of there, freeze, we just shut down, or fawn. That's a new one. It's
I haven't heard that one.
Around 10 years it's been coming out, but there's some really good books on it lately. Some really good doctors have been doing some good research on it. And basically it's appeasing people pleasing, not saying, hey, you have mustard on your chin, because the nervous system is terrified of what the reaction, the uncertainty of the reaction of the other person will be. So they're nervous, and women, man, society has programmed us to fawn. It is time for us to stand up and say, yo, dude, you got mustard on your chin.
Yeah. Whoa. We'll have to call time out on this one, though.
You can just do like that. You can just do like that.
Yeah.
You can just do like that.
Yes.
Christine, I'm going to call time out because of the fact that men, if anything, was fawning for a long time then. Because it's your wife. It's your wife that will come to you and say, how I look in this dress.
Whoa, easy.
Easy. This is a different topic.
Pineapples, man.
Different topic.
Okay, I want to make sure we're on the right page.
Man.
What's a good word for this?
Scared.
This is the marriage package of the software.
Yeah.
There's a comedian,
because you don't really
Foxworthy. There's a comedian, Jeff Foxworthy, and he used to say, I don't care if she's knocking lamps off the table. He say, baby, you
looking good, baby.
You ain't getting no raise.
Yeah, you looking good.
That's right.
This is not the time to say if you gotta ask. This is not the time to say if you gotta ask.
Well,
you already know it's not the time to say
that. Yeah, like define
women.
Yeah, good.
Women. Like I'm like, why are women asking these questions? I can look at myself in the mirror and see I gained 20 pounds. I can see that.
Well, the mirror does lie to you. It does lie. I mean,
out of COVID, out of COVID.
Wait a minute. When I look in the mirror, Big Jack's not that big. When I see myself on film, I'm like, wow, Big Jack, you done got big. So So and now the camera don't add 20 pounds.
But you don't have a nickname like Big Jack because being a big guy upsets you. You see what I mean? That's the difference. So you're comfortable in your space. You know what I mean? You're comfortable. I mean, we all, hey, look, man, everybody, especially with my age, Jack, and even in your age, you know, you go to the doctor, the first thing he tells you, hey, man, look, you need to lose 10 pounds. I mean, that's like standard. Even if he's sitting there 3 times bigger than you, he'll tell you need to lose 10 pounds.
Right.
But what Christine is saying, she's just like, yeah, why do you ask that question? It's like, and then you put that pressure. It's like when you ask your kids, do you think I'm crazy? It's like, I'm not answering that question. You sitting over here standing over me being irrational. I'm not going to answer that. I mean, it's like it's a setup. Do I look crazy to you? Yes, exactly. Yes, you do. You know.
But see, I want to ask real quick, because I see you got an alphabet behind your name. So Christine Knight is who you are, and all these letters going on behind your name. So can you help us with the letters? Can you break the letters down for us so we know what? You know,
what do we got here? Because there's a lot of letters that aren't here. So, I grew up with a lot of with abuse. Okay, and I thought that I could just go and the past wouldn't affect me, and I did pretty good. Like I was a little insane, a little bit, and treated my husband a little bit not good. Like I would never apologize. I don't think I once ever apologized to him, ever. And when he said to me, you never apologize, I was so cocky. I was so in denial, burying all of my pain, that said, when I have something to apologize for, I'll apologize for it.
Did you say you
Like,
were sorry? Never say I'm sorry. Women just don't say I was wrong and I'm sorry. I'm
now
apologizing.
I'm like
sorry.
the first one. I was wrong. Whoops, I messed up. My bad. In the school platform, I just did it. I messed up with with a chain of comments, and I read it wrong. And I was like, whoops, my bad. That was me. But again, those are new experiences that we have to do over and over. And any chance I have now, I will do it and show people, like, it's okay to be wrong. It's okay to say my bad. I read it wrong, or I misunderstood. It's okay. And the more that we do that, the more that we make it safe for the other person to also do it. So the techniques, a lot of techniques didn't work for me with the kind of core wounds that I had from growing up with a lot of physical violence. But the techniques that did work for me, I got trained in, I got certified in. I started working with clients, and I doubled down on it. If I had clients where I couldn't help them, I would go get the training to help them, even if it was more than what I had needed, because I just wanted to help. But it, like you were saying before, Walt, like, it was selfish too, because the more that I helped them heal, the more that they helped me heal. The more that I helped them, the more they helped me. And it was like this reciprocal healing, like energy, divine, miraculous something going on. So, and I did have like the parts inside, the people pleaser part, the not enough part, I'm not good enough, I need more credibility, I need more letters, I need more, I need more. Had that, I would already have PhD after my name had I not healed that core wound. I felt that I had to be perfect to be lovable, to be lovable. That's why I couldn't apologize, because if I admitted I was wrong, it would mean to that core wound inside of me that the person couldn't love me because I wasn't perfect.
But the irony to the whole thing is, like, as men, we always joke about men, we always call each other soft, man, soft. 2 F's, 2 T's, right? You're soft. And then I have a joke, not even a joke, but I always say, when people call a buddy soft, and I'll be like, look, man, it takes a real tough man to be that soft. It takes a really tough guy to be that soft. And we say it in a joking manner, but it's true, because here's the thing. It's kind of like if I dye my hair black, I've dyed my hair. So when you're wrong and you're not apologizing, the person that is adversely affected, they know that you're wrong. It's not like, oh, I think she's wrong. No, they know you're wrong. Hell, I even know that you know that you're wrong. And the fact that you won't admit it, that's a whole nother tier of problems right there to the person that you're dealing with.
That ripples out.
Effect. Now,
you go in with gaslighting. No, it wasn't like that. I didn't say it like that. No, you must have misheard that. You misunderstood that. I was gaslit like crazy when I was a kid. I knew stuff was going on. I knew it. And no, that's not happening. That's not happening.
But that's why, in my opinion, you got to have honest conversations, and I need a clear understanding of what you're saying, because people have an intent. Well, I only tell people what they need to know. But to me, that's deceptive, because people basically lie by omitting a material fact. Most people lie. They don't tell the big lie. They lie and point you in the direction they want you to go by omitting a material fact. Yeah.
They tell you a little truth, and
so they can take you to where they want you to go.
Wrap that truth around the lie like it's a piece of bacon.
Yeah. And everybody likes bacon.
Yeah, everybody likes bacon.
Everybody likes bacon.
Even vegetarians like bacon. They just won't be honest.
They won't admit it. Yeah. When I have ribs and stuff over the house, all of my friends, I'm like, man, I bought ribs, and all of my vegetarian friends, I'm like, where are all the ribs? I mean, what happened? But they say that ribs and bacon don't count against your pork.
So it's like,
okay.
I don't eat meat. I just eat chicken. Like,
I just eat chicken. Yeah.
But the initials just real
Mm.
fast. What's showing here is I have a master's degree in counseling. That's what the MA, Master's of Arts. IFS is Internal Family Systems. I'm trained by the IFS Institute. There's only 2 places, the IFS Institute and Stepping Stones in Canada. They're the only 2 places in the world that will certifiably teach you IFS. And CCHT is Certified Clinical Hypnotherapist. So I have over 1,000 hours of training in hypnotherapy. And that's parts therapy, that's childhood regression. There's past life regression in there too. There's ego states therapy. So there's a lot of NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. So the hypnotherapy really did a lot of I'm pointing to the screen like you can see me.
Well, we see it. We can see it too.
It helped me a lot with my anger, and also with finances. Like I could get money, but then it would like fly away. And I didn't even shop. Like I wasn't a shopper. I would try to save it, but I grew up poor. And I had a core wound. I had a belief inside of me that money's the root of all evil. You can't have money. As soon as you get money, it goes out the window. I got to buy a new washing machine or something. And that belief was still in my mind. So like hypnotherapy helped me with stuff like that. Okay. But healing the core wounds, those beliefs underneath the core wound from emotional pain, it was IFS that got to that healed those core wounds and introduced something called self-energy, which I call it core essence. And I always do this hand signal when I do it for some reason, because it's the core of us. It's that direct connection to nature, our true nature, all that is. I firmly believe that we are born into the human life in goodness, that we are goodness. And some religions teach you that you're actually born a sinner, and you have to have certain things to not be a sinner or to get into heaven or whatever. That just has I've been in a lot of different religions too. It just didn't align with me, what I felt inside of me. So like what I say is maybe there's some people like that, but me, I can feel it inside of me. And IFS teaches, it's almost like a flower. It's like it teaches you how to peel back those human parts of you that are trying to help you survive as a human here in this lifetime. Because it's freaking hard. It's hard to be a human here.
Yes, it is.
Right.
Yes,
People say, what do you pray about? That's what I pray about. That's what I pray to God. It's freaking hard down here. Yeah. You gotta help me. Send me help.
Nobody said it'd be easy. Yeah.
It's hard. And they're supposed to help us survive. So they learned how to survive moment to moment to moment when they were 2, 4, 8, 12, 15. And they're still running the same jobs because it worked back then. So what was adaptive to help us survive back then, before we knew better, becomes maladaptive in adult relationships and adult responsibilities. So it's maladaptive survival strategies that we have to get to the root cause of, the core wound underneath, and heal that.
Wow. So, Chrissy, I'm going to ask you this. How can our audience, the people that's listening, the people that's going to watch this, get in touch with you? How can we get on your couch? How can we get in your office?
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Your website and all that.
Books, websites, what do you have?
The website is my name, ChristineKnight.info. And I have a school community that is kind of growing, and it's free, and there's a premium level too. But the free community, I'm like, come in, ask me questions. We have meetups, we have book club, we have coffee chats, and it's kind of becoming my lead magnet, like how people kind of get to know you, and they just build trust and see that you're consistent over and over. I'll say the same thing here that I said a year ago, that I said a year from now. And if I learn something, I'll be like, yo, a year ago I said this, but then I learned this is how it is now. So it's kind of like a great way to have interaction there. It's like a lead magnet that's interactive. So I have a school community that's SKOOL.com, and it's called Rapidly Evolving Life.
Wow.
Yeah, we have it in the chat now. So in the chat, we got your site. And I know you're on YouTube as well. You have a YouTube channel, correct?
I'm on YouTube, and all that's on YouTube is my guest appearances on podcasts and my online class that I did live classes and recorded them. And so it's an online course that's on YouTube. And I just, I took hour-long classes and put them into like 10, 15-minute segments so people could jump on there and watch. And the same classes are in the school community too. But yeah, they can jump on YouTube and take a look and see what they think. And I love teaching this. It changed my whole life. Like it changed how trees look. Like, you ever hear somebody like that, they had a heart attack and they're like, I can smell the flowers when I walk down the street now. Like, it's a different reality. That's what IFS did for me. It's a completely different reality. I don't have the triggers anymore. I don't have the spirals. I don't have the anxiousness, the depression, the rage. And if I feel that part, I'm very, very protective of my kid. She's 23, but she has like a really severe seizure disorder and stuff too. And I know that there is a part in there, I call her Mama Bear, and she's like this big, huge Kodiak grizzly bear that's like got saliva dripping from her fangs, these claws. And she's wearing this like little pink tutu, like, because she's really vulnerable. You know? So if I feel her coming up, I was at Christmas dinner and a person made a comment about my kid who was not there. And I was like, it's time to go take a walk outside. So I know, to answer your earlier question, Big Jack, like if people can push your buttons and they know that, are we going to give that power over to them, or are we going to be empowered by controlling our response?
And controlling your response can be walking away. That's a good thing, because when things start to go real slow, you know, like you said, you know, it's like, why would you waste your time being around a person who brings that? I mean, not that you can't deal with it, but why? And then here's the thing, I'm only going to address it one time and you're not going to like it. So it's just best for me to just stay out your way, and I'll stay out your way. Problem is, a lot of people can't stand the thought of being by themselves. So they sit there and they deal with things that they probably shouldn't deal with. And when I say deal with it, hey, look, we just back and forth talking trash. That's one thing. But when people, there's a lot of truth in comedy. And when people say mean-spirited things and you know they're being mean-spirited or they have betrayed your trust, that person doesn't deserve your time and attention.
That's right.
You know, and then they will try to flip that on you. But let me ask you this, and then this is my last question, Jack, I promise, but I need to know this while you're talking about your credentials. I have this discussion a lot with people. And, you know, people always say, yeah, I'm going to therapy, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I say, hey, what did they say about this thing? These are things that we may have discussed. Oh, I didn't even mention that. Well, how in the hell are you going to therapy? Excuse me. How in the world are you going to therapy and not having that discussion? Because then people will tell me, maybe you need to go sit on somebody's couch, and say, you're right, but I can't go in there half prepared. I need to have an honest conversation with you to know what's really going on. Because when I go in here and tell this to the therapist, and I'm, you know, I'll use myself as an example, I don't even know what to tell you. So now I'm spending more time, money, and wasting your time and my money to get to a point asking questions that you're going to ask me that I got to go back and try to figure out from this person, when all you had to do was have the guts to ask that question in the first place. Even though you may not like the answer, at least you as a therapist can give them some perspective on that. Is that true, or am I just making this up?
I think that I agree that it's true that that person's
Mhm.
honest feedback could help you, but it's
Mhm.
also true that you don't need them. Because if the therapist is asking good questions, you don't
Mhm.
need them. Because what's showing up in your life over and over,
Mm.
which is the pattern, it'll show up
Mhm.
over and over
It
if there's a
show up.
wound there. Or what are you struggling with in your life right now? Hey, everything's great. I have no struggle. I have no patterns
Mhm.
over and over. All right, then just tell me what's bothering you. What you came to see me for a reason. What's bothering you? Just let
So
them
it's
talk and
mhm.
listen.
So it's the old adage, advice is what you ask for when you already knew the answer and wish you didn't.
That's
You know
Because
very
you
that.
know, a lot of times a lot of times when people say, I don't know what's you know what's bothering you. You may not want to address it, you may not want to believe it, but you know if somebody has ill intent for you, you know that.
or people don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last time I ever saw a therapist, a talk therapist, not my IFS practitioner,
Mm-hmm.
she almost fell off her chair because I walk in and sit down, and she said, "So, what do you want to get from our work together?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "I want you to help me see the things I cannot see. There
Okay.
are things going on inside of me
Mm-hmm.
that I can't see, and I need your help to see them."
The
And she
blind
almost fell
spots.
off her chair. She was like,
Well, let me ask you this.
surprised. Like, you actually want help?
Want
Yeah.
help, right?
What am I wasting my time for? Yes, I
So
want help.
if I know what you're doing and only thing I can control is my response, do I really care why you're doing it?
You only care why the person's
Mm-hmm.
doing. You don't even care why the person's doing it, because they could be a
Mm-hmm.
godsend. God could have sent them to show you
Mm-hmm.
this wound inside of you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You just want to know, is there something inside of me that's getting pinged
Oh,
by what they're doing? Like
that's
I
how I
tell
started.
people, if
Mm-hmm.
you would, so if you throw salt at somebody, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't hurt unless there's an open wound. Then
Right.
it stings like crazy.
Yes.
So if somebody says to me, Christine, you're nothing but a communist. You're such a communist. I would be like, that's so funny. Like, why do you think that? Like, that's really interesting. It wouldn't bother me because there's no part inside of myself that believes that.
You're
But
right.
if somebody said, you know what, Christine, you messed up your kid because of the way that you raised them, and you were, a divorced mom, single mom, and you screwed them up. Ooh,
Y-
like there's an open wound there. Like, crap.
But you know, it what helps me, like people go crazy in traffic, right? Road rage, yada 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 yada.
I
But I
used to.
also ride a motorcycle, right? I also ride a motorcycle.
Ooh, yeah.
So, and I've been across country going back in May.
Oh,
But
wow.
it's ironic because when I'm on my motorcycle, my mindset is totally different. I'm expecting everyone to do something stupid. I can see a person on their cell phone not a mile away, but from quite a distance. Things that I may not even notice in a car, I'm looking for on a motorcycle because that my life depends on it. And when you cut me off in traffic, if I'm in your blind spot, that's on me as a cyclist. I'm not supposed to be in your blind spot. So
Mm.
for me, it's like when people respond to these things, it's like it's not that they cut you off in traffic. It's what your brain tells you. Your brain tells you that this is what it represents. You're a chump. You're a sucker. Whatever the case is,
You're
because that
invisible.
person,
You
you're
don't
invisible. But
matter.
but here's the thing:
You
when you cut
can't
me
be
off, I want
seen.
you to go. Why would I want you behind me? Why would I chase you down and put you behind me to get back in front of you to put you behind me
You want to
if I think
hear?
you're a danger?
You want to
Tell me that,
hear what
please.
my core
Explain that to
wound
me.
was with
Talk
road
to me.
rage? I had road rage. Like I have chased people down and pulled them out of their car. Okay, like I'm
Oh
telling
man,
you, I
really?
was
Oh my
a
God.
rageful person. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I was like 20 years old when I did that.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of rage.
Oh man.
Oh, I had a lot. They were scared of me. I don't even know how I survived. Like, talks about doing stupid stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I still was struggling with it, going through my healing and through my emotional healing. It was one of the things that I was like, why is this still happening? What, I'm healed. Why is this? It kept showing up because there was still something there. When I sat with it long enough, and I had my practitioner there, seeing the parts, like naming it back to me, helping me witness it, making that safe container. The more safe the container is, the more will open up and start to kind of come out. Right. So that's why having a practitioner helps a lot of times, especially for the deep buried stuff. Well, it came out. It's amazing that things so big in our mind, whenever we say them, they seem like they're not that big. But it was when somebody pulled out in front of me, I was invisible. I didn't matter, and I was helpless because nothing that I could do would make me visible to them.
Even if they had to go home and go to the restroom.
What's that?
But even if someone just had trying to get home to get to the restroom and they cut you off, it doesn't matter.
So you're talking about the logical reasoning brain there. It's offline. It's offline because as soon as I would get triggered in my nervous system, my subconscious goes into survival mode, and here comes the roaring rage part because I'm helpless. No matter what I do, no matter how much I try to make you happy, tall person, I'm a short person with no life experience. You're a tall person with life experience. No matter what I do to try to make you happy, you won't see me. You won't change to take care of me. You create violence, near death.
So now I'm going to show you.
So that was the wound, helplessness.
Wow.
Being invisible. When I healed that wound, no more road rage. Literally the next day, no more road rage.
Wow.
The next day.
Well, look, Christine, this is amazing, and we have already passed our hour mark. So
I'm so sorry. I just get talking about this.
No, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Christine, because you made a lot of sense to me. So thank you.
No, and this is what the show is all about. This is the Iron Sharpening Iron show, and we wanted you to talk. We wanted you to open up those doors and like say, bring your blade out and cross aisles so we can be a better person when it's all said and done.
All of us.
I know we've only scratched the surface, but we'll have you back for sure. We got so many different, the Ladies' Diary and the Battle of the Sexes, and even the Iron Sharpening Iron show. Again, there's nothing saying that we can't have a guest on more than one time. You know, I have to talk to the host of the show. Oh, that's me. Yeah, nothing saying.
You. Yeah.
We can't do it, right?
Yeah.
So,
man.
Yeah, so maybe
use my half to vote. Yeah, I'm on it.
My producer might say no, but she's pretty lenient too. So, but we want to thank you for being a guest on the Iron Sharpening Iron show, and we're going to ask you to hang back a little bit after we close out. We want to thank everyone who was in the chat and who came out today and hung out with us during this show. Christine Knight has definitely hit some huge marks, some huge topics, and a lot of things. We put her links in the chat. So if you want to subscribe to her YouTube channel, if you want to join her school channel or school program, SKOOL, or if you want to make sure that you follow her page, her channel, it's all in the chat, and we'll make sure we put it in the description so you can follow. She will be back. I can promise you, if she's willing, we'll get her back on the show.
Absolutely.
Sure. And I want to thank you all for making this a very successful first episode of 2026 Iron Sharpening Iron Show. And we ask you to stay with us, because every Sunday we got, and I'm already booked up to June. So we've already crossed into June on our guests. So I'm excited. I mean, we're a lot of people wanting to be part of the show. If you want to be a guest on the show, just send me an email. Big Jack Storytime guests at gmail.com, and we'll do what we have to do and get you the information so that you can be a guest on the show as well. Christine, as you hold back, everybody out there, we ask you to be blessed for the rest of this day. Stay sharp, and we'll be talking to you next time. All right. See you later.
See you next week. Thanks, Christine.
Thank